Always wanted to try that. Let's talk about Caleb Williams after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on Step Milk. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time today. We need to talk about Caleb Williams dropping his top 5. Now, there are 2 frontrunners that we know about. The others are Clemson, Penn State, Maryland. Then you can go LSU and Oklahoma. Caleb Williams is the top prospect at quarterback in the 2021 class. He's also the top uncommitted quarterback in the 2021 class. 6'2", 209. He passed for 19 touchdowns at Gonzaga College High School last year. He rushed for 18 more. He is tremendous in the open field. Elusive, does not even begin to cover it. Now, his father, Carl Williams, has been doing most of the talking, and this time it was to Steve Wiltfong, 247 Sports national recruiting analyst, about, these are the 5 schools we're still entertaining. Thank you, everybody else who dropped us an offer. When it was always just a 5-horse race. His in-state squad of Maryland, Mike Locksley, more on that in a second. Clemson, where they visited in January, but they just picked up DJ Uiagalelei, and following another 5-star quarterback. Doesn't usually happen, but apparently it's still in play. Penn State and James Franklin, that's the dark horse here. I'm not sure that anybody actually was giving Penn State a chance, stupid, until we heard it from the lips of Carl Williams. And then Oklahoma was supposed to get a spring game visit. Official or unofficial, well, we would really love to know. And then, of course, they're going to get back to LSU. He says they're going to send the same posse down to Baton Rouge to take a look at what Ed Orgeron is cooking up, notably gumbo, a ham sandwich, little boudin, and see if they can't convince the nation's 5-star top quarterback in the country this year to commit to LSU. Now, few things to unpack here. First is, Maryland feels like the kind of dude that you don't really want to worry about. Like, he's over there, he's a little bit ratty looking. The man doesn't have great hygiene, but it feels like if you spruced him up a little bit, you put a suit on him, he could come correct. He could snag you a girl, but he would have to do a little shaping up, right? Because it's happened before. That same kind of conversation has been had with one Raheem Jarrett, 5-star wide receiver. Didn't nobody think that he was going to not go to LSU? And then the 5-star that was supposed to end up at LSU ends up signing to Maryland. Shout out to Mike Locksley, who also was able to pull Isaiah Jacobs from Owasso High School in my hometown, or just outside. It's in the metro. You understand. It's just like 10 miles that way. Anyway, what you find interesting about that is Isaiah Jacobs is the little brother of one Josh Jacobs. He who destroyed Robert Barnes, left his soul down there in the Orange Bowl at the 5-yard line and vaulted over his dead body into the first round of the NFL draft and was the Las Vegas Raiders' most valuable player as a rookie. And John Gruden is building around him. Isaiah Jacobs has the same kind of finesse to his game. And then with Raheem Jarrett coming in there, you understand Lance LeJean might be the dude, but if he's not the dude, maybe that's where Caleb Williams wants to be. It's close to home. It's round D.C. You could go up there. You could have you a good time with the Terrapins. You could also get beat down in the Big Ten. I don't think you want to get beat down in the Big Ten. But Penn State, hey, they're a step above. James Franklin's been cooking. You know what I mean? He's been cooking. Sean Clifford ain't everything that everybody thought he was going to be. Trace McSorley, they asked him to play safety at the combine. Tell you everything they know about the quarterback position up there. Ain't really had nothing to write home about in some time. You can talk about Christian Hackenberg if you want to, but I can't recall the last time we was really overjoyed about a Penn State quarterback since Kerry Collins. Really, what are we really talking about? You got to go back to tailbacks, talk about, Kajana Carter, maybe talk about Larry Johnson, but you're not really talking about quarterbacks at Penn State University. James Franklin looking to change that. They're going to get a visit up there. We'll see if it's official or unofficial. Carl Williams says they're going to take at least 3 of the 5 that they got allotted. One of those officials could be a spring game, but since they ain't going to be no spring games, they're going to try to get this done in the summer or, in the fall. Now, Clemson, I feel like you can put Clemson even behind Maryland and Penn State. Not because Clemson's not a juggernaut, because we all know that Clemson is a juggernaut. We know that Clemson has been to the national semifinal. Every year there's been a national semifinal. That's not true, but it feels that way. And who the hell is Clemson? Clemson, man. You want to talk about not a blue blood. You want to talk about just showing up on your block, talk about what's good. I mean, this is like Wake Forest playing for a national championship. And yet, they haven't just played for one. They've won a couple with Dabo Swinney as the head coach. Trevor Lawrence, he the truth. Deshaun Watson, he the truth. Kelly Bryant was the truth, despite what you might think. DJ Ungagale, he gonna be the truth. Do you really want to follow that if you're Caleb Williams? I think not, sir. I think not. Also, what's in Clemson? What's in Clemson? What's in Clemson? You in Clemson. That's all. That's it. Ain't nothing else there but you, dog. That's all. I understand that they able to pull dudes. I'm not sure how they able to pull dudes. Maybe it's be that big slide they got at Death Valley. Because ain't nothing else there. I mean, you got to go to Georgia to get you some funsies. You got to go all the way to Raleigh to get you some funsies. To Charlotte to get you some funsies. Ain't nothing in Clemson, South Carolina. Ain't nothing in South Carolina. We talking about where the Civil War started off, dog. Is that where you want to be down there? I don't know if that's what you want to be down there. I don't think that's where I want to be. I understand Jadeveon Clowney went to South Carolina. He also from South Carolina. Zion Williamson even left South Carolina. Took his behind to North Carolina. You see what I'm getting at here. Anyway, I think there's still a two-horse race. I think you got LSU on this side. I think you got Oklahoma on this side. I think that's what it's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be because Miles Brennan ain't a threat to you. And Miles Brennan trying to come out to the NFL draft next year if he's anything about his salt. TJ Finley don't scare you. Max Johnson don't scare you. You going to show up and you going to say, hey, Peter Parrish, move. We'll make like a Ludacris song. Out the way. If I see you on the highway, stay out of my way. Roll out. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to roll out. But if you go to Oklahoma, you can be 2 years behind the Spencer Rattler, who we all believe is going to start not 1 but 2 years. Then you talk about Tanner Mordecai either graduating or entering the transfer portal, probably the portal. Gonna call the portal. And you got Chandler Morris, who might enter the portal depending on where his daddy at. His daddy is an offensive coordinator at Auburn right now, which makes him a chief strategist. To tell you what that means, it means that Ed Reed is a chief of staff. That's what Chad Morris is doing down there in Auburn right now. You know what I'm saying? So if Chad Morris got him a little, I don't know, Appalachian State job here in a couple of years, got him a little North Texas job here in a couple of years, got him a little, he already been to SMU. You understand what I'm saying? Chandler Morris will follow his daddy. Okay? That's what it's going to be. I think Caleb Williams is going to have a decision between wanting to be a Bayou Bengal and wanting to be an Oklahoma Sooner. On the one hand, the Bayou Bengals playing the SEC West, thumped Alabama, won a national championship, 15-0 with Joe Burrow, put together what I think is the best college football season we've ever seen in the history of the sport. Over here, you got 2-time Heisman Trophy winners. You got 2-time number 1 overall draft picks. You got 3 Heisman finalists in a row for a head coach. Not to mention, going back to when he was a coordinator, you got 2 Heisman finalists in 1 year in D.D. Westbrook and Baker Mayfield 2016. It's just been rolling over there at the quarterback position. So it's about, do you want to win championships? Do you want to be the best player in all of college football? And seeing as your quarterback, and so many things got to break well for you to win championship, the business move is to go to Oklahoma. However, you could also say a business move is to go to LSU because Joe Burrow going to be the number 1 overall pick in April next month in the NFL draft. And all he had to do was go undefeated and put together what we think is one of the greatest performances by a quarterback over the course of one season. The man didn't even have a bad game, y'all. Passed for damn near 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns to 6 INTs. Caleb Williams, are you capable of that? Certainly. But I wouldn't be mad at you if you decided to go to Penn State. Yeah, I kind of would. Clemson? Yeah, because you're going to back up DJ Ongulele. Maryland? Because you ain't going to win no games. Oklahoma, you're going to win a bunch of games. It's about whether or not you're going to win a national championship. LSU, they've won a national championship 2 in the last, 12 years, man. I mean, really, it's what do you want to do? Do you want to be coached by Lincoln Riley? Do you want to be coached by whatever offensive coordinator is down there at LSU? You want to coach by the dude that's actually calling the shots? You want to be coached by the best recruiter in the world saying, do whatever Steve Ensminger and Scott Linehan tell you to do. If Scott Linehan is still there. And there ain't no guarantee that he will still be there. A lot of things for this young man to think about. But one thing we know about Caleb Williams is that he is flat out good. Good. Looked like a bacon and egg sandwich out there on the football field. Look good. I'm interested to see what he decides to do now that we got 5 to go on. Doses.